Good morning, grade 5. So today we will have a lesson on lesson 1, greatness through action. Our first lesson for today is about recognizing words with consonant blends or clusters. It's on page 115 of your book. So when 2 or 3 consonants appear together and you hear each consonant sound, they make up a consonant blend or cluster. Consonant blends are found on the first part of the word, which is the initial, and the last part of the word, which is the final. So let's look into initial first. So these are examples of initial blends. We have bl, cl, cr, dr, fl, pl, pr, skr, spr, and str. Okay, another and the final blend, we have examples of if, ld, ilk, iln, and so on. I cannot. These are, when you see a line, it means that another word, another set of letters that make up the word is attached on that. So an example, Rancy saw a bird's nest on the blank branch of the tree. What consonant blend forms the word? Is it bl, blanch, br, branch, or is it pr, branch? Okay, very good. The answer is br, branch. Okay, so that is Rancy saw a bird's nest on the branch of the tree. Another example, you have to run blank if you want to reach the finish line. What consonant blend forms the word? Is it n? Is it fant? Is it fast? Or is it fast? Okay, that's correct. The answer is fast. So that is, you have to run fast if you want to reach the finish line. Next lesson is about recognizing the denotative and connotative meanings of words. It's on page 116 of your book. So denotation and connotation are two ways of describing the meanings of words. We have denotative for denotation, and for connotation we have connotative. Okay. For denotative, it's the literal meaning of the word. So it's the literal meaning. It's the meaning that you can find in the dictionary or Wikipedia. Okay, example. From the poem that we read yesterday, be the best of whatever you are. So this line comes from that. If you can't be the sun, be a star. So what is the meaning of the word star? If it's denotative, meaning literal meaning, the literal meaning of star is it's a heavenly body that shines by its own light and is usually seen at night. So it's an actual star. Okay, next is connotative, which is connotation. It's the association connected to the word or the emotional suggestions related to the word. So it's not literal anymore. It's like it's not literal, so it's a meaning that gives an emotion. An emotion is attached on that word. So, for example, this comes from the poem as well. The line, if you can't be the sun, be a star. So what is the meaning of the star if it's connotative? It means someone who is outstanding in acting or other activities. Like for example, also sometimes we call the Hollywood stars, right? We call in the States, in America, we people call artists, Hollywood artists, Hollywood stars. Okay, so they're not actual stars, but in a connotative meaning, they are someone who is outstanding in acting or yeah, that's why they're called Hollywood stars. Okay. So another example, Jesus carried the heavy cross to Mount Calvary. Okay, what is the meaning of the word cross? Okay, in a, in a, if I say that the meaning is formed by a short and a long wood planks to make a small letter T, is this a denotative meaning or a connotative meaning? Okay, that's correct. This is a denotative. If I say, Jesus said, carry your cross and follow me. What is the meaning of cross in this line? If it means refers to something that is a burden or makes your heart feel heavy or can be also called for your sins, is this a denotative meaning or a connotative meaning? Okay, very good. This is a connotative meaning. Okay, next lesson is about recognizing euphemism and metonymy. It is on page 117 of your book. So let's review first. Let's review about figures of speech. So these are figures of speech is a word or phrase with a literal meaning or with a specialized meaning. Examples of figures of speech, we have simile, metaphor, personification, irony, hyperbole, and apostrophe. Okay, for euphemism and metonymy, these are these are other two figures of speech. So they are also a part of figures of speech, euphemism and metonymy. Okay. The meaning of these, they provide emphasis, freshness, or expressions in clarity. Example, so for euphemism, it's a polite expression used in place of an offensive or unpleasant one. So example, instead of saying the person is late, we can say that person is chronologically challenged. Instead of saying, for example, your uncle is unemployed, you can say your uncle is between jobs. Instead of saying, for example, your neighbor died, you can say your neighbor passed away. Okay. So the other one is metonymy. Okay. It means when a word or phrase used to stand in or substitute for another word. Okay. So for example, instead of using royal person, you can say crown. Instead of using mug, you can also say cup. Instead of using written word, you can say pen. Instead of saying help, you can say hand. Or for example, you gave a hand. I gave a hand to I gave a hand to my mom to clean the garage. Okay, so helping my mom clean the garage. Lend a hand. Okay, so for your activities for today, do the seat work number 2. That is on page 115, exercise 1A. Do seat work number 3. That is on page 116, exercise 2. Do page 117 exercise 3, that's seat work number 4. And for your homework number 1, do page 115 exercise 1B. For homework number 2, do page 121 test yourself C. Okay. For your advanced work, it will be given on Thursday or Friday, so watch out for it. We will study the vocabs, read the article, and do the art activity.